girls, and welcome to Gordon Guitar. Now we have a challenge here, TINI, CARNE Y HUESO, and the challenge is, of course, my Spanish. I'm not speaking even one word in Spanish, but I thought this was a nice song and perhaps somebody wants to learn how to play it. So I'm gonna show you just the guitar part, not the lyrics at all. So yeah, let's start right away. No need for any cape on this one. And this is strictly based on this picking patterns for different chords. So I'm gonna mention the chords and I'm gonna give you the grips as well, but we're not gonna work with strumming, just the picking, all right? So let's start with the chords first. And there are 7 chords to know here. So let's start with G, all right? So that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. That is the chord. What you're gonna need for this song here is really only this grip like that, 3rd on the E string. That's it for G. All right? The next chord will be B minor. Looks like that, and you will need to hold the chord as it is for the song. So that will be a bar here on the 2nd fret from the A string and down, so 5 strings. And the rest will be 4th on D, 4th on G, and 3rd on B. Next chord will be C. All right, so that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. And you're gonna need the chord as it is. All right. Then we have the D, and the D looks exactly like the C, but you will move it 2 frets down the road here. So it will have this grip up here. That means 5th on A, 4th on D, open G, 3rd on B, and open E, which you are not gonna need for this song, but anyway, that is the D. Then we have the E minor. It normally looks like this. So open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. But for this specific song, you will play the chord like this, all right? So that will be 4th on D string and only 3rd here on B string. That's it when it comes to the grip. I'm gonna show you how to handle the chords pretty soon, but that is just a grip. Then we have the A minor 7. All right, and you hold the chord as it is for the song. That will be open A, 2nd D, open G, 1st B, and open E. And the final chord will be the D, but with an F sharp in the bass, and you will need to hold that chord as it is for the song. So that will be, right, there you have it. So 2nd on E, then I usually mute the next. You can have it open, but you can mute it as well, the A string with the finger you're using here on the 2nd E. And then we continue with open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and open E. All right, so there we have the different chords and grips. Now, I'm gonna go over how to handle them now, and then I'm just gonna explain which chord and how many rounds you're gonna play them when we go through the song. So let's start with the G. And like I said, this is a picking pattern for the song here. And you will see that the patterns are pretty much the same for each and every chord, almost, all right? So let's start with the G. And like I said before, you only need the 3rd fret on E string in the bass. That is what you need to hold. You gotta play this. That is 1 round. So 3rd on E, open D, open B, open G, open D, and back to open G. That is the pattern. So 3rd E, open D, open B, open G, open D, and open G. right? Next, B minor, hold the chord as it is, and then you're gonna play this part. That is one round. So, second on A, fourth on D, third on B, fourth on G, fourth on D, and back to fourth on G. So you're gonna play the same strings as the G chord, just a different bass note. So again, second A, 4D, third B, 4G, 4D, 4G. All right. Then we have the C next, and you hold the chord as it is, and you're gonna play this. One round there. So, third on A, second on D, first B, open G, second D, and open G. All right. Then we have the D chord. You just move the C 2 frets up. And when you have that grip, you're gonna play exactly the same strings as you just played for C. So you see, there's pretty much the same pattern for all these chords. So when you have that grip and same strings, that will give you fifth on A, fourth on D, third on B, open G, fourth on D, and open G. That is one round. Now we have the E minor next, and what you do there, the E minor will come many times after the C, I believe, or maybe not. I mean after the D, yeah, it does. So what you do there, you just take your ring finger off the 5th fret from A string, like this, and there you will have the grip for E minor. So very easy, from D, which you're gonna play just before E minor, you just take this off and play like this. So that is the grip for E minor, all right? So just a technique stuff there, makes it a little bit easier in life. So when you have that, you're gonna play this part. Okay, so here the pattern differs a little bit from the other chords we just played. You're gonna start with the bass the same way, open E string. Then you go to the open G and third B, back to open G, then fourth D and open G. All right, so again, open E in the bass, open G, third B, open G, fourth D, open G. A minor 7 next, you have the chord as it is, and you're gonna play this part. So that is open A, second D, first B, open G, second D, and open G. Yeah. And then we have the D, but with an F sharp in the bass. And you're gonna play the chord as it is, and that will sound like this. So that is second on E in the bass, open D, third B, second G, open D, and second G. All right, so there you have all the tools you need for this song. So now let's just go over the song. I will give you some timestamps here because I'm bad in Spanish, and bad is a very weak word. I cannot speak at all. So we're just gonna go through the different parts. I'm gonna give you some timestamps there, and let's do this now. So we have the intro first. You will play 2 rounds of G before the song starts, so that is 2 rounds of G. And then it starts with G 2 rounds. And I'm gonna do like this now. I'm gonna speak meanwhile I'm playing. So we're just gonna go through the song together. Let's go. G2, B minor 2, then C2, then D2, E minor 2, then B2, then C2, then D2. And now start some kind of pre-chorus about 42 seconds into the song. Pero solo and something like that, soy and carne. That is the lyric, I believe, which I just butchered. But anyway, 42 seconds in, you will play A minor 7, 1. Then the DF 1. Then you have a transition chord here, the D to the DF, and you're just gonna play the first 3 strings or notes from each and every chord. So G, it will be the E, D, and G string, and the same goes when you shift to the DF chord, E, D, and G string. And then you're gonna play 1 round of E minor. Sorry. Then 2 rounds of C. Then 1 round of D. And plus 1 bass note. All right. So I felt this part was a little bit hard to play and explain. In the meanwhile, I'm doing that. So I'm just gonna go over this part without speaking that much. And yeah, let's take it from 42 seconds and forward and do this pre-chorus 1. A minor, DF, G, DF, E minor, C2, and D1, plus 1 down on the bass, and a pause. And when you play that, you are about 57 seconds into the song and some kind of a chorus. Now, you will play G2, B minor 2, C2, D2. You will play that part again, so G2, B minor 2, and D2. Okay, then after this, about 1 minute and 24 seconds in, comes some kind of a post-chorus, and that will be played in the same way as the pre-chorus. So that means the A minor 7 1, the DF 1, and then the transition chord G, DF with the only first 3 strings for both chords, and then E minor 1, C2, and D1 plus the bass notes. All right, so there you have the post-chorus part. And when you play that, you have played about 1 minute and 36 seconds into this song, and we'll start with verse 2. So G2. So then E minor 2. C2. G2. Then DF2. E minor 2. C2, G2, DF2, E minor 2, C2, G2, and DF1, plus 1 down, and a pause. Now you have made 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the song, and you're at the second chorus, and that is played in the same way as the first chorus, so nothing changes there. Then we'll have just a final part left, the post chorus, 2 minutes and 48 seconds in. It will be the same as the first one, but it ends just with C1, and you don't have any D in the end there. And that will be it for TINI's Carne y Hueso. Hueso, yeah. So there you have it, all you Spanish speaking people and fans of TINI. Hope that helped. Great soft song. Just practice your pickings there. Pretty much the same pattern for all chords except from the E minor, I guess. So yeah, once you get it, you have it. So good luck with this one, guys. Play tuned.